Have you ever stopped to think about how much your hands can reveal about you? They're not just everyday tools. They hold a power you might not even realize you can control. Maybe you've been letting this power lie dormant, or worse, being controlled by it without even noticing. Want to know how to unlock this incredible ability? You'll be amazed by the power that has always been within your reach. Have you ever felt a warmth or a slight tingling in the palms of your hands, seemingly without explanation? Perhaps you've asked yourself, what's going on? Is it just something random, or is there a deeper meaning behind it? What if our hands were more than just tools for everyday tasks? What if they were true channels of energy, connecting the physical to the invisible? Believe it or not, science is beginning to shed light on this mystery. For a long time, discussing energy fields around the body seemed confined to the mystical or esoteric realms. But today, scientific studies are exploring what once seemed impossible to explain. We stand at the threshold of a new understanding where ancient knowledge and modern research converge. What you're about to discover could transform how you see your own hands, and perhaps even the world around you. On this journey, we'll dive into ancient practices, explore recent scientific discoveries, and for the curious, share a simple experiment you can try right now to feel your own energy. This exchange between science and spirituality is not only intriguing, but could also become a powerful tool for those seeking a deeper connection with themselves and everything around them. The idea that our hands have a special ability to conduct energy is far from new. For thousands of years, cultures around the world have embraced this concept, using hands as instruments of healing, meditation, and spiritual connection. In Japan, for example, this wisdom is widely known and practiced. And today, this ancient knowledge is gaining new context as we begin to discover how it can be explained, or at least complemented, by science. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Whether you're a skeptic or simply curious, what's ahead might change your perspective. After all, perhaps your hands are saying more than you realize. Have you ever noticed how, in different cultures and traditions, hands play an almost magical role in connecting us to our bodies and the world around us? Since ancient times, they have been used as channels of energy, tools to restore harmony and inner balance. In India, for example, mudras, specific hand positions used in meditation practices, are believed to direct the body's vital energy and strengthen its internal vitality. But this wisdom isn't limited to Indian culture. In Christian tradition, the laying on of hands to bless or heal carries deep symbolism, representing the transfer of spiritual energy from one person to another. These practices, originating from such different times and places, reveal something fascinating: the universal recognition of the energetic power we carry in our hands. From a biological perspective, hands are extraordinary tools, equipped with an incredible number of nerve endings and tactile sensitivity. This combination makes them uniquely capable of perceiving and transmitting subtle energies. But there's more. The gestures we make with our hands are deeply connected to our thoughts and intentions. It's as if they are visible extensions of our minds, a bridge between what we feel internally and what we express outwardly. Interestingly, what many spiritual traditions have taught for centuries is now being supported by modern science. Techniques like Reiki, for example, have been studied by researchers who have identified benefits such as stress reduction and pain relief. This meeting of ancestral wisdom and contemporary science not only validates what so many cultures already knew, but also opens new horizons for understanding the healing power of hands. But can science fully explain this phenomenon? What is the real basis for the sensations and effects so many people report when practicing these techniques? These questions lead us to a fascinating intersection between science and spirituality. After all, even seemingly abstract concepts like bodily energy find support in fields like the study of bioelectrical signals, the nerve impulses that travel through the body, connecting the brain, organs, and muscles. This makes us reflect. Perhaps the dialogue between the physical and energetic worlds is just beginning, and there is much to learn on this journey that unites reason and intuition, science, and spirituality. Our brain is like an invisible conductor, sending commands to the body's organs and systems. These signals generate electromagnetic fields, which we cannot see but can be detected by technologies like electrocardiograms. And here begins the magic, the fascinating encounter between humans and energy, mediated by the hands. The The palms and fingers are filled with nerve endings, making them incredibly sensitive to electrical impulses. But they are not just receptors. Our hands also have the power to generate energy. Researchers have been exploring this phenomenon in what are called bioelectric fields, or biophysical fields, which concentrate in areas of the body rich in nerve fibers and blood vessels. Have you ever noticed that feeling of warmth, tingling, or even slight resistance when touching someone? It's not just your imagination. In a study conducted at a Japanese clinic, scientists analyzed the impact of human touch on patient recovery. And what they discovered is astonishing. Holding someone's hand can reduce cortisol levels, the infamous stress hormone, promoting relaxation and comfort. This data demonstrates that touch not only connects people emotionally but also has profound physical effects. Now, if we take this to a more theoretical level, we delve into the realm of quantum physics. This field, full of mysteries and intriguing hypotheses, suggests that everything in the universe, including our bodies, vibrates at specific frequencies. It's as if we are part of a cosmic symphony, with each note vibrating in harmony with the rest. And here lies a fascinating possibility. By consciously directing our energy, especially through our hands, we could align our vibrations with those of another person, or even objects around us. Sounds like science fiction? Maybe. But science is only beginning to scratch the surface of this interaction. Furthermore, recent studies show how meditative practices can enhance this energy generated by the hands. One experiment analyzed the brain activity of people meditating while performing specific gestures with their hands. The result? A significant increase in brain areas linked to focus and self-control. These participants also reported an enhanced perception of the energy around them, feeling a clearer connection between mind, body, and environment. At its core, these discoveries remind us of something essential. The power of touch, intention, and awareness is not just an abstract concept. It's science, it's experience, it's connection, something we can all explore, even if we are just beginning to understand the full depth of this energetic universe. Have you ever stopped to think about how much we can expand our perceptions and well-being with simple, mindful practices? Even though many still approach this idea with skepticism, science has been joining forces with spirituality to reveal something fascinating. Though invisible to the naked eye, the energy we emanate through our hands can be felt and, at times, transform our physical and emotional experience. This convergence between science and spirituality not only legitimizes what once seemed intangible, but also provides us with practical tools to explore this universe. And here's a question that keeps lingering. If we all have access to this energy, how can we truly experience it? The answer is within reach for anyone willing to go beyond words and theories. It doesn't matter if you're a staunch skeptic or someone who already believes in this phenomenon. The practice is accessible and designed for everyone. The only requirement, being open to discovering something new and paying attention to what your own body has to say. There's something invisible yet powerful flowing between them right now. A secret that bridges science and spirituality, capable of transforming the way you feel, live, and connect with others. Get ready. What's coming next might change your perspective on energy and self-care. Are you ready to discover what only you can feel? Find a quiet place, free from distractions. Sit comfortably with your palms facing upward and close your eyes. Start by taking deep, calm breaths, allowing each exhale to release the accumulated weight of the day. Gradually, you'll feel your body relaxing and attuning to the present moment. When you're ready, gently rub your palms together. This movement generates heat and activates nerve endings, preparing your hands to sense subtle sensations. Now, with your hands warmed up, slowly move them apart, leaving a distance of about 6 inches between them. With your hands positioned, move them gently toward each other without letting them touch. Pay attention to any sensation that arises. You might notice a slight resistance, as if something invisible is between them. Perhaps you'll feel warmth, a subtle tingling, or even small vibrations. Each person perceives something different, and that's the most fascinating aspect of this practice. It's unique to each individual. Didn't feel anything right away? That's okay. It's like learning something new. Your body needs time to adapt. Try adjusting the distance between your hands until you find the point where the sensations become more noticeable. Remember, the goal isn't to prove anything to anyone, but to enhance your sensitivity and discover for yourself what lies beyond the obvious. This practice is an opportunity for deep connection with yourself, an invitation to explore something both simple and powerful, your own energy. Why not give it a try and see what your body has to reveal? On the physical level, this can be understood as the bioelectric interaction generated by the hands. On the spiritual level, it can be seen as the flow of vital energy, known as kai in Japanese tradition, or prana in Indian tradition. Regardless of the perspective, the central point is realizing that this experience can open incredible doors to a deeper connection with yourself, both in body and spirit. The human body is a masterpiece of complex and fascinating engineering, far beyond what we usually imagine. When you begin to perceive the energy flowing through your hands, a unique opportunity arises to reflect on how to apply this force in your daily life, whether to improve your own well-being or to help those around you. This is not just an abstract concept, but something with real potential to transform how you live and relate to others. This sensitivity to the energy in your hands also allows for the exploration of an interesting point: the connection between science and spirituality. What once seemed separate now reveals itself as parts of the same puzzle. This awareness opens pathways to harmonize body and mind, improve emotions, and even strengthen bonds with others. One of the most notable impacts of this practice is emotional balance. Studies show that focusing on energy or practices involving the hands can significantly reduce stress and anxiety. This happens because these practices activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body relax and find calm. In practice, this means your hands can serve as a safe harbor to return to balance in moments of pressure. Imagine you're about to step into an important meeting and feel that nervous tension in your stomach. Instead of being overwhelmed by anxiety, try focusing on the sensation of energy flowing through your hands. Just a few minutes can bring mental clarity and restore your tranquility. Beyond emotional impact, human touch and energy practices also benefit physical health. Research indicates that mindful contact reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone. And this isn't just theory. Many people who practice techniques like Reiki or even intentional touch report improvements in muscle pain, better sleep quality, and more energy in daily life. For instance, if you struggle with chronic back pain, energy practices can be a helpful ally in relieving discomfort. The same applies to those who have trouble falling asleep. A simple hand massage before bed can induce deep relaxation, helping to calm the mind and prepare the body for rest. These benefits occur because the body, when properly stimulated, activates its natural self-regulation and healing mechanisms. Have you ever thought about exploring techniques like Reiki to channel energy to a specific area of the body that needs attention, or to ease persistent pain? Or perhaps starting with something simpler, like taking a moment each day to feel and appreciate the energy in your hands. These practices aren't just therapeutic. They offer a new way to approach self-care, turning every gesture into an invitation for more balance and vitality. When we develop the ability to perceive and direct our energy, something remarkable happens. Our relationships begin to transform. This heightened sensitivity helps us better understand the emotional and energetic states of those around us, making us more empathetic. Small gestures like holding someone's hand can have a profound impact. They foster genuine connection, reduce stress, and even bring about positive changes in our well-being. And you know what's even more fascinating? Simple practices, such as taking a few minutes each day to feel the energy flow in the palms of your hands, can bring a deep sense of balance and calm. This mindfulness of our energy not only improves how we handle everyday challenges, but also prepares us for moments of tension. Think about a stressful situation, like a difficult meeting or a tough conversation. In those moments, a simple action, such as gently pressing your hands together and focusing on the warmth radiating from them, can be enough to restore your sense of calm. This not only helps you respond more thoughtfully, but also positively influences the environment around you. It's as if this energetic self-regulation is contagious, creating a harmonious space that benefits everyone. What's most fascinating is how science and spirituality intersect in this area. When we learn to recognize and understand our energy, we uncover a lot about ourselves. our boundaries, needs, and desires. This kind of self-awareness goes beyond solving immediate problems. It guides us toward a life that's more aligned with who we truly are, more connected to our beliefs and values. The blend of these two approaches, scientific and energetic, provides valuable tools to enrich not only our personal lives, but also our relationships with others. Some people might approach this with skepticism. Maybe you're one of them, or you know someone who sees these ideas as abstract or even fictional. After all, talking about energy in the hands might sound like a scene from a fantasy movie, but this is where science steps in. Studies show that conscious practices, even ones that seem simple, can produce real and measurable effects. The connection between what we feel and what our bodies can do is extraordinary. And what about the placebo effect? Many wonder if all of this is just self-deception. The answer is intriguing. Yes, part of the results can indeed be attributed to the placebo effect, but that's far from a bad thing. In fact, it's an impressive demonstration of our body's ability to self-regulate. The mere belief that something works is enough to trigger internal processes of healing and balance. It's not magic. It's the body's natural ability to reorganize itself when given the space to do so. In the end, we don't have to choose between logic and intuition. These approaches, rather than excluding one another, actually complement each other. Together, they offer a more complete perspective on who we are and the world around us. Perhaps the greatest takeaway is that, by exploring our own energy, we begin to realize that the answers we seek are often closer than we imagine. When someone uses their hands to perform energy exercises, they're accessing the same self-healing ability that powers the placebo effect. Even if, for some, these practices seem like mere symbolic rituals, the results can be quite tangible. More energy, better mood, and sometimes even a renewed sense of balance. The beauty lies in how the body responds. Even if we don't fully understand the how, we can feel the benefits. Now, here's a question many raise. If these techniques truly work, why hasn't science provided definitive proof yet? Well, science is a powerful tool, but it's not infallible. There are limits, especially when it comes to subjective phenomena like sensations and emotional states, which are difficult to measure using traditional methods. This doesn't mean these practices lack value. It just shows that not everything that matters can be easily quantified. The key to understanding lies in the unique characteristics of each person. Just as we have different sensitivities to tastes, smells, or even emotions, our perception of energy also varies. Some people are naturally more receptive to these subtleties, while others may need more time and practice to develop this ability. Factors like stress, fatigue, or even an initially skeptical attitude can interfere with one's ability to sense and direct energy. But here's the good news. With patience and practice, anyone can improve this sensitivity. Imagine a musician who, with dedication, trains their ear to distinguish notes with precision, or an athlete who molds their body over time. The same principle applies to those who practice energy exercises. Gradually, it becomes possible to perceive these energy flows and use them more consciously, opening doors to a deeper level of self-awareness and well-being. Of course, there are criticisms. Some dismiss these practices as pseudoscience or mere charlatanism. That's why it's essential to separate what is based on real experiences from exaggerated promises. Energy exercises are not magic or an instant fix for all problems. Instead, they are a complementary tool that can enrich other practices like meditation, self-care, and even the way we relate to others. It's worth noting that the scientific community has started to explore these topics more seriously, and the coming years may bring surprising discoveries. In the meantime, healthy skepticism has its place, as it encourages us to question and seek explanations. But it's also important to balance that with an open mind. After all, curiosity is where the path to new possibilities begins. In the end, what truly matters is how each individual experiences these practices. It's not just about what science can measure or prove, but about the impact they have on your life. If something makes you feel good, helps you grow, or simply brings more lightness to your daily routine, that's the greatest value you can achieve. We've reached the end of this exploration, but in truth, this is just the starting point for you. In this material, we've delved into a fascinating territory where science and spirituality meet in unexpected and transformative ways. Together, we've discovered that our hands are much more than physical tools. They are extensions of our inner energy, capable of promoting balance, relieving tension, and even deepening connections with others. Here, you've learned something powerful. You don't have to choose between reason and intuition. These two seemingly different worlds can walk side by side, complementing each other harmoniously. By embracing this perspective, you create space for a richer understanding of yourself and the world around you. Now it's your turn to put this knowledge into practice. Begin seeing your hands in a new light. They are a channel of energy, an instrument of connection. Why not repeat the practice tomorrow, but this time with even more attention to the sensations that arise? Notice every detail, every subtle change. What seems simple may actually be the gateway to a deeper understanding, not just of your body, but of your role in this universe filled with mysteries. What you do from this moment forward is literally in your hands. When science and spirituality converge, something magical happens. A universe of possibilities opens up. It is in this meeting that we can discover our full potential and reconnect with the essence of who we truly are. So take the next step. The path lies before you, waiting to be walked. You know, if you've made it this far, it tells me something powerful. You're someone who isn't satisfied with the obvious. You're the kind of person who seeks to understand what lies beyond the visible. Someone who feels that the world, and even yourself, has layers yet to be discovered. And that, my friend, is something rare and precious. As I talked about the invisible power of our hands, maybe you felt something, a spark of curiosity, a connection to something greater, or even the urge to try it out and see for yourself. And it's precisely that restlessness, that desire to explore, that makes the difference between living on autopilot and discovering something truly transformative. Let me share something with you. When I first started exploring these ideas, doubt was my constant companion. Was it real? Did it make sense? But with every little experiment, every new practice, I realized that the most important thing wasn't about finding definitive answers. It was about allowing myself to feel, to open up to possibilities. And you know what happened? The world began to reveal itself in ways I'd never imagined. Maybe that's where you are now, somewhere between curiosity and skepticism, between wanting to believe and not wanting to be deceived. And that's okay. It's part of the journey. But the very fact that you're here, taking the time to reflect and learn, is already an act of courage. So thank you. Thank you for trusting, for allowing yourself to listen, and most importantly, for being willing to walk this path alongside me. What you choose to do with all this is entirely yours. But one thing I can promise, you'll never be alone on this journey. We're in this together, searching for what's invisible yet so deeply real. And if you felt this video touched something within you, an idea, an emotion, or even a question, let me know in the comments. I love reading what you have to say because it's through your experiences that I also learn. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Who knows? Together, we might uncover even more about this universe that begins in our hands. Until next time, and remember, the power to transform is always within your reach. Now that you've started exploring the power in your hands, how about discovering even more? In the videos appearing here on the screen, we'll dive deeper into this connection between science and spirituality. Pick one and continue this journey with me. I'll be there, waiting for you, as always, ready for us to take the next step together.